Hello, everyone. Have you ever considered the possibility that Jesus might have held a spiritual secret not covered by standard historical accounts? What if the core of Jesus' spiritual influence has always been right before our eyes, hidden yet obvious? Today, we'll look at Jesus from a new angle, seeing him as a master of hidden spiritual knowledge that connects different eras and traditions. The idea of the third eye is fascinating. It acts as a doorway to dimensions that go beyond normal understanding. Recognized in many spiritual traditions, it is seen as a key to deeper insight and spiritual vision. But what exactly is the third eye, and why is it so important? The third eye is commonly associated with the pineal gland, a small organ located in the center of the brain, thought by many to be the soul's dwelling place. Over the ages, spiritual figures and philosophers have regarded this gland as crucial for connecting to the spiritual world. They believed it allowed a person to see beyond the physical world and understand deep, universal truths. Take ancient Egypt, for example, where the Eye of Horus symbolizes protection, power, and health. It was considered a representation of the third eye, enabling sight beyond the ordinary and the ability to discover the secrets of the universe. The alignment of the pyramids with the stars also showed the Egyptians' deep spiritual link through the third eye. In the context of mystical Christian teachings, there are indications that figures like Jesus profoundly understood the third eye and its power to disclose divine truths. Jesus' use of parables and metaphors suggested that hidden wisdom was accessible through heightened spiritual awareness. His words, "If your eyes are good, your whole body will be full of light," emphasize the significance of a clear and enlightened spiritual vision. Think about the transformative impact such awareness could have. Activating the third eye might bring deep inner peace and understanding, helping navigate life's challenges more smoothly. This form of spiritual enlightenment could have been what enabled Jesus to impart his teachings and perform miracles so effectively. Moreover, delving into these ancient beliefs helps us connect with past spiritual insights, giving us access to a well of forgotten wisdom. Embracing these old teachings can align us more closely with our spiritual journeys, enriching our daily lives and interactions with new meanings. This pursuit encourages us to rethink and broaden our spiritual understanding, moving beyond conventional religious doctrines. It invites us to open our minds to our inner potential, possibly leading to an enlightened, fulfilling life deeply connected to the world and its ancient knowledge. The third eye is a vital concept in many spiritual traditions, linking us to our deepest inner selves and the broader universe. When we awaken the third eye, our perspective widens, allowing us to see the world through a clearer, more enlightened lens. This spiritual awakening deepens our understanding of our environment and ourselves, drawing on a deep well of wisdom that influences our decisions and actions with heightened awareness and empathy. For centuries, the eye symbol has been imbued with significance across various cultures and spiritual practices. However, in modern times, it's frequently associated with conspiracy theories, particularly those involving the Illuminati. This connection tends to cast a dark shadow over the symbol's rich spiritual heritage, skewing public perception towards skepticism and negativity. Often portrayed with the all-seeing eye within a triangle atop a pyramid, the Illuminati are said to seek global dominance. This portrayal has infiltrated various media forms, leading some to view the symbol as a sign of perpetual surveillance and control. Such interpretations breed widespread distrust and fear. Nevertheless, it's crucial to appreciate that the history of the eye symbol spans much further back than its alleged association with the Illuminati, dating back thousands of years. In Hinduism, the third eye, or ajna, is the sixth chakra and symbolizes intuition and spiritual clarity. It serves as a portal to a higher realm of consciousness and a more profound connection with the universe. Regrettably, the eye symbol's original positive meanings have been eclipsed by its contemporary associations with dominance and manipulation. Previously a symbol of wisdom and safeguarding, it's now frequently seen as a tool of power and deceit. To reconnect with the genuine essence of the eye symbol, we must embrace its significant spiritual role and its capacity to deepen our connection with realms beyond the physical. Recognizing the eye's various cultural representations as symbols of inner vision and enlightenment allows us to separate it from its negative modern associations and restore its true value. As we engage more deeply with what the third eye embodies, we can uncover the remarkable transformative power it possesses. Activating this chakra doesn't just expand our perception, it enhances our ability to harmonize with our environment. By revisiting the traditional interpretations of the eye symbol, we do more than enrich our spiritual understanding. We also challenge the misconceptions that obscure its true meaning. This path of rediscovery and insight leads to a fuller, more balanced appreciation of the spiritual tools that have shaped human insight across generations. Jesus, a central figure in history, is usually seen through the prism of traditional religious views. However, there's a fascinating alternative perspective that depicts Jesus as a mystic with hidden wisdom and deep spiritual insights about life. This perspective challenges us to rethink the standard stories and see Jesus in a wider context as someone who knew much about spirituality. He often chose to teach through parables, which were more than just moral lessons. They were gateways to a deeper spiritual understanding. His teaching style, full of symbolic language, is common among mystic teachers who hide deep truths in their words, waiting for the observant and open-minded to discover these secrets. Moreover, Jesus introduced ideas of advanced spiritual practices. He described the kingdom of God not as a physical location, but as a state of consciousness that anyone can reach through introspection and meditation, similar to practices in various mystical traditions. He spoke of an inner kingdom, suggesting that true spirituality is about searching within to discover our divine essence. Jesus also demonstrated mastery over natural and supernatural forces. His miracles, ranging from healing the sick to changing substances, were not just supernatural acts, but demonstrations of his deep understanding of the laws of nature and spirit. These acts were designed not only to astonish, but also to teach us about our own hidden potential, encouraging us to believe that we, too, can perform wonders by connecting with our inner divinity. Jesus' teachings and actions outline a journey toward personal and communal transformation. By sharing his profound spiritual knowledge, he established a model for others to emulate, fostering compassion, understanding, and mutual respect. This path invites us to transcend everyday disputes and see human interactions from a spiritual perspective. Moreover, Jesus' teachings continue to inspire modern spiritual seekers. People from various backgrounds and eras draw on his words for personal growth and community improvement. His teachings urge us to pursue spiritual development through self-reflection and meditation, advocating a life that harmoniously blends spiritual and mundane aspects. In fostering these values, Jesus' influence acts as a beacon for spiritual exploration and a blueprint for a meaningful life. Viewed through this lens, Jesus is not just a figure from the past, but a perpetual guide whose teachings evolve with and remain relevant to each new generation. In a defining moment within the Gospel stories, Jesus astonishingly claims, "You are gods." This bold statement shakes the usual perception of him as purely divine, suggesting instead that each of us harbors a spark of divinity. This concept is a fundamental tenet of esoteric traditions, which hold that all individuals possess an inherent divine element. Enlightenment is thus achieved by acknowledging and fostering this inner divinity. Jesus exemplifies the role of an esoteric guide through his emphasis on love and unity. He declared that love is the ultimate force in the universe, capable of bridging any divide and healing all conflicts. This view aligns with the esoteric belief that love is the binding energy that connects all life, maintaining the harmony of the universe. By embodying unconditional love, Jesus showed that it's possible to unite with both the divine and our fellow humans. Re-evaluating our understanding of Jesus not only enhances his relevance, but also deepens our insight into his impactful teachings. In Jesus' era, Palestine was a dynamic crossroads of different cultures, religions, and political influences, located at the intersection of Africa, Asia, and Europe. Under Roman rule, the area was divided into several provinces, each managed by a Roman procurator, although local Jewish leaders also held significant sway over religious and community matters. The society in Palestine was closely regulated by Jewish laws, which influenced everything from what people ate to how they performed rituals of purification. At the center of religious life was the Jerusalem Temple, a powerful symbol of unity for Jews who gathered there for celebrations and offerings. Synagogues acted as local centers where people came together to read the Torah and discuss religious teachings. However, Palestine was anything but cut off from the rest of the world. Influences from Egypt and the legacies of Alexander the Great brought about a cultural melding that resulted in both clashes and innovations, fueling debates over identity and religious adherence. Different Jewish groups like the Pharisees and Sadducees interpreted the laws differently, reflecting the variety of thought within the Jewish community. The profound spiritual and intellectual heritage of Egypt played a notable role. In Alexandria, a cultural hub with a large Jewish population, ideas from Jewish, Greek, and Egyptian traditions blended. Philo of Alexandria, a Hellenistic Jewish philosopher, endeavored to integrate Greek philosophy with Jewish doctrine, influencing future generations. This rich cultural and spiritual influences provided a nuanced backdrop for Jesus' revolutionary teachings. His message of love and unity not only questioned established societal and religious norms, but also proposed a renewed way of perceiving our connection to the divine and each other. His life stands as proof of love's power as the ultimate unifier, a message that echoes through time, urging us to explore our inner divinity and pursue a journey of spiritual awakening and community unity. Raised in Nazareth, a melting pot of cultures in the region of Galilee, Jesus was surrounded by a mix of ideas and traditions from an early age. This diverse upbringing shaped his later teachings, which focused on love, forgiveness, and a dedication to social justice, themes that resonated with those yearning for societal change. Amidst a Palestine filled with hope for a Messiah, many Jews awaited a leader who would liberate them from Roman rule. It was in this charged atmosphere that Jesus launched his public ministry, preaching about the kingdom of God and urging both personal and societal transformation. The years leading up to his ministry, often dubbed his lost years, are cloaked in mystery and have ignited numerous theories about what he might have done during this period. It's thought by some that Jesus traveled to distant lands like India and Egypt, gathering spiritual knowledge that would later permeate his teachings. Others believe that the mystical atmosphere of Egypt especially the scholarly city of Alexandria with its famed library, deeply influenced his spiritual perspective. Scriptural stories suggest a meaningful link between Jesus and Egypt, possibly indicating the source of some of his philosophical ideas. These early undocumented years evidently played a crucial role in enriching Jesus' teachings, allowing him to connect with varied audiences. His exposure to a wide array of cultural and spiritual insights during his travels helped him develop messages that broke through cultural and religious barriers, advocating for peace and unity in ways that were groundbreaking at the time. Moreover, by weaving together these varied teachings, Jesus was uniquely equipped to tackle the intricate social challenges of his era with innovative ideas and solutions. His teachings not only disrupted the prevailing norms, but also provided a visionary perspective that has continued to inspire many generations. Built on foundations of empathy and equity, his legacy prompts us to examine our own values and work toward a fairer world. The teachings of Jesus were deeply influenced by his early experiences, where he engaged with diverse traditions and learned from various spiritual masters. These interactions enriched his messages, making them resonate across different cultures and beliefs. At the center of the brain, the pineal gland, also known as the third eye, fascinates scientists, spiritual seekers, and philosophers. This tiny gland is believed to extend our sensory capabilities beyond the normal range. Research shows it plays a crucial role in our sensory experiences and is sensitive to electromagnetic fields and light. The pineal gland is linked to experiencing higher states of consciousness. Activities like meditation and yoga can activate this gland, boosting intuition and the ability to perceive beyond the visible. The Bible uses images such as the lamp of the body to explain these concepts of spiritual sight. Jesus used these images to teach about spiritual clarity and the need to seek inner light. These biblical images deepen our understanding of spiritual awareness. The third eye acts as a symbol of spiritual awakening, illuminating the core of our existence and revealing deeper truths. Further, the idea of spiritual enlightenment through the third eye provides a pathway to deeper self-awareness and growth. This internal guide helps individuals pursue their spiritual goals with clearer vision and purpose. Jesus' teachings, filled with light and vision metaphors, guide us towards uncovering our spiritual core. The study of the pineal gland, from both a scientific and mystical viewpoint, helps connect the physical and spiritual aspects of our lives. This dual exploration enhances our grasp of its functions and integrates these findings into a wider spiritual framework. It reminds us of the complex connection between our bodies and spiritual experiences, pushing us towards a unified and complete understanding of our lives. The Bible underscores the importance of seeking wisdom and deeper spiritual insights. Proverbs 3:5-6 advises us to fully trust in the Lord and not just on our own ideas. It encourages us to embrace a higher understanding that surpasses regular thinking. Essentially, it's about opening up to a wider perspective that extends beyond simple logic. In Genesis, the story of Jacob in chapter 32:30 often illustrates a deep spiritual awakening. After a struggle with an angel, Jacob declares, "I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved." This intense moment symbolizes a breakthrough to spiritual enlightenment, moving beyond the physical to connect with the divine. Paul discusses spiritual insight in his New Testament letters, particularly in Ephesians 1:18. He prays for believers to have the eyes of your heart enlightened, enabling them to grasp the fullness of God's promise. Here, Paul isn't talking about physical sight, but an inner vision that enriches our understanding of life in Christ, akin to the idea of a third eye or spiritual insight. Christian mysticism is a deep and transformative spiritual journey aimed at direct connection with the divine. Throughout history, this mystical path has attracted those who partake in practices indicative of a deeper spiritual awakening, often represented by the third eye. This symbolizes a higher state of spiritual awareness beyond the norm. This tradition encourages us to go beyond the mundane and link with the spiritual essence of our being. As we engage in these mystical practices, we discover not just the divine within, but also the divine in the world around us. This journey not only expands our understanding, but also deepens our connection to the divine fabric of existence. Also, continually seeking deeper spiritual understanding pushes us to move past traditional views, inviting us to discover and embrace the mystical elements of our faith. This exploration isn't only for personal growth, but also contributes to a broader understanding within our communities, promoting a collective enlightenment that can transform us both individually and together. In doing so, we not only witness the divine, but also become channels of its wisdom and love, spreading this enlightenment to others. Saint Teresa of Avila and Saint John of the Cross are key figures in the world of Christian mysticism, offering deep insights into spiritual experiences often linked to the so-called third eye. Saint Teresa, known for her deep spiritual experiences, outlined these in her influential book, The Interior Castle. In it, she maps out the soul's journey through various spiritual levels, reaching intense visions of divine light and understanding that goes beyond normal perception. Events she believes might be linked to the pineal gland. She shares moments of ecstasy where she feels a powerful bond with God, pushing everyday worries aside, filled with a vision of inner light and peace. She suggests this state could be helped by the pineal gland, which affects consciousness with its chemical releases, possibly creating a direct link to divine experiences. It's also fascinating to think about how combining our understanding of spirituality with the biological aspects of the pineal gland could deepen our grasp of these mystical states. The experiences of these saints might be more than just spiritual. They could also be physiological, connecting science and faith. The idea that our bodies have a biological system capable of triggering such deep spiritual connections is intriguing and deserves more study. This mix of mysticism and science provides a unique viewpoint on how we connect with the divine, indicating that our spiritual paths might be closely linked to our biological nature. Reflecting further on these ideas, it seems the path to spiritual enlightenment might be more reachable than we thought. If the pineal gland serves as a portal to higher awareness, practices focused on activating it could be more widely incorporated into spiritual practices, making mystical experiences more common. Picture a future where more people could easily take part in practices that not only boost spiritual health, but are also based on biological insights. Such a merging of science and spirituality might lead to wider acceptance and practice of meditation and other spiritual activities, enriching our shared spiritual life and knowledge. This journey could also spark fresh conversations between scientists and spiritual leaders, encouraging more unity in our efforts to decode the secrets of human consciousness and its link to the divine. Saint John of the Cross is a towering figure in Christian spirituality, renowned for his book, Dark Night of the Soul, where he lays out a spiritual pathway leading to a deep union with God. He describes a journey that requires letting go of material desires and purifying oneself to truly connect with the divine. John acknowledges that the path is tough but ultimately fulfilling, as it leads to an intense, vivid experience of God's presence. He likens this enlightenment to the activation of the third eye, facilitated by the pineal gland, which deepens the understanding of God's profound mysteries. John portrays this spiritual journey as an ascent up Mount Carmel, symbolizing the climb to greater spiritual awareness. His own mystical experiences, which surpassed the limits of the physical world, were achieved through intense prayer, meditation, and reflection, resulting in states of consciousness where the divine was intensely real and unmistakable. He regarded the pineal gland as a crucial element in opening oneself to these divine revelations. As he progressed on his spiritual path, John often sought solitude, finding it crucial for gaining deeper spiritual insights. This wasn't merely being alone physically, but a complete detachment from the distractions of daily life, allowing him to fully immerse in the divine experience. It was in these quiet moments that he felt God's profound love, filling the void left by earthly pleasures. The path John lays out is not a quick or straightforward one. It demands a thorough transformation of the inner self, confronting and resolving personal flaws. This cleansing process is challenging but essential for achieving the ultimate goal of divine unity. As one progresses, the initial difficulties give way to peace and joy that are deeply fulfilling spiritually. John's teachings indicate that this spiritual path is accessible to anyone ready to commit to serious self-discipline and introspection. He motivates continual spiritual development, promising that it leads to a joyous existence in union with God. This potential for lasting peace and happiness inspires many to embrace and persist through the challenges on their spiritual journeys. Adopting John's teachings in our lives means accepting these challenges as opportunities for spiritual growth. The path may be filled with obstacles, but the ultimate reward, a deeper, more profound connection with the divine, makes every step worthwhile. At its core, Christian mysticism weaves a detailed array of practices and teachings that underscore the significance of the third eye and the pineal gland in spiritual experiences. The stories of Saint Teresa of Avila and Saint John of the Cross stand as compelling evidence that pursuing these mystical practices and cleansing the soul can lead to heightened states of consciousness and a direct perception of the divine. By embracing these practices, we can open ourselves to a clearer and more profound understanding of God's presence in our lives. Keep exploring the depths of spirituality and the truths it holds. As we learn the lives and teachings of Christian mystics, we find that their legacy is not just in their experiences, but also in the way they inspire us to seek deeper spiritual connections. The pursuit of such mystical practices isn't merely about achieving personal enlightenment, but also about transforming our daily lives. As we practice meditation and seek inner purity, we gradually notice a change in how we perceive and interact with the world around us. Our relationships, our challenges, and even our moments of joy are imbued with a deeper meaning and purpose. This transformative journey is akin to planting a seed within ourselves, one that grows and blossoms as our understanding deepens. The mystics teach us that every small step in prayer and contemplation is a leap towards a more profound spiritual awakening. Their paths, filled with challenges and revelations, guide us towards becoming more compassionate, mindful, and spiritually attuned individuals. Thus, the teachings of Christian mysticism extend far beyond the historical figures of Teresa and John. They offer a timeless invitation to all who seek to explore the vast landscapes of the soul and its connection to the divine. Whether through quiet moments of prayer or through the vibrant experiences of spiritual visions, These teachings encourage us to keep our hearts open to the transformative power of divine light that shapes our journey towards spiritual fulfillment.